Welcome, honorable students, to Confucian Mr. Shea, who wants to teach you so you learn and you don't disgrace your families. Today, however, we're looking at a legalist leader who certainly you don't want as your teacher, nor do I want as my boss. And the dynasty we're looking at is the Qin Dynasty. So, our leader here is Emperor Qin. It's this fella on the right. He takes the throne at the age of 13, so he's a pretty young leader. And the state of Qin, if you look on this map right here, is kind of in central China. And right when Emperor Qin gets to power, he orders the construction of his tomb. So he's thinking ahead very well. And orders 720,000 unpaid workers to begin construction on it. At the end of this video, you will see what he constructs. But after ordering his tomb to be built, he starts to take control. So almost immediately, he goes to war, taking over neighbors, and eventually takes control of all of ancient China. And it's the first time that a ruler is able to control all of China, all of the different clans and kingdoms. So, with anyone that needs to rule a large empire, Emperor Qin, needs to figure out how to rule it. And he figures this out through using legalism. He is a quite cruel ruler who certainly under him a lot of incredible things are accomplished, but he uses our legalist of fear, punishment, and spying. But fear, punishment, and spying are nothing without other things. So, first he divides up the empire into different provinces. And provinces are small territories that, if you look on this map here, these are all the different provinces that there were. They're small territories that can be governed. And there's 2 government officials in charge of each province. So it allows him a governor who is in charge of governing and a defender who's in charge of defending. So each one of these people is in charge. So they are going to be figuring out how to run this massive territory. So we have these government workers who are in there. It's not just the defender and the governor. We have lots of different people. So he trains lots of individuals to work for the government, which you are provided a salary for, and you have to report to supervisors. So you have a system now of a government. Before this, we really don't have governments, but it's an organized, it's what's called a bureaucracy of people that have specific tasks, specific jobs, and they're all trained in the same way. So there's lots of order in the system. And to make sure everyone's doing their job, we have, as we've mentioned before, a system of spying where people are rewarded for spying on your neighbors and people are punished for certainly doing things wrong. So that includes those government workers, for sure, but they have to be reporting to their superiors on people that they're either working with or people that are working under them. These people in this image are certainly trying to create some harm for the guy on the right, who we'll imagine has done something terribly stupid. In addition to protection with spies, there's also the Great Wall of China that is built. And Emperor Qin, orders the construction of it. It does not get finished during his reign. It actually takes a few hundred years afterwards to complete, and it spans 3,700 miles. But he realizes that he wants to create a wall that will protect China from the Mongols. So the Great Wall of China is meant to protect from the Mongols who live in the north, in Mongolia. In addition to his government rules and people and building walls, he takes land from people. He doesn't want all of these nobles and all of the other clans to rise up against him. And since land is a source of power, he decides to take land from families and take their power with them. If you wanted to argue against this, against your land taken, it certainly was possible. It didn't really work out too well for you. You'd either get buried alive in your land, so then certainly it won't get taken from you because now you're buried alive in it, or you get sent to work on the Great Wall of China, which is essentially a death sentence. In addition to the land, I want to add this in. I know it's not on your sheet, but take note. Emperor Qin decides to standardize China. At this time, there's a ton of different monies, like this coin on the right, and he decides that there's going to be one currency for all of China, which makes doing business much easier. So he mints coins for the entirety of China instead of letting the different provinces create their own. He also creates measurement standardization. So he creates a system of measurement that can be used across China. So if I'm measuring a weight or measuring a distance, everyone in China will have the same measurement instead of different ones for different places. And it is one of the more important measures that Emperor Qin utilizes. Also, if you don't follow this, you will be buried alive or sent to the Great Wall of China. Since Emperor Qin is trying to wield his iron fist as a legalist leader, he doesn't want anyone disagreeing with him. And certainly people that are believing in the different philosophies, especially Confucianism, very much see legalism as a bad way to run a country. So Emperor Qin, to avoid getting criticized, he burns almost all of the books on Confucianism in the country. He also kills scholars and often buries them alive and sends them to the Great Wall of China. So what he does is he censors the people. He controls what people can read and write and learn. Now, we have all this reading and writing and learning going on according to Emperor Qin, or you're going to get buried alive or sent to the Great Wall of China, or certainly you could help work on his tomb. And this is an excavation of Emperor Qin's tomb. Now, so 2,000 years ago, this is built, and not until 1974 did they discover Emperor Qin's tomb. So by the time they have finished excavating it, what they have found is this. 6,000 life-size terracotta warriors were created. And terracotta is essentially it's a clay that you fire and that gets hardened. So they created 6,000 warriors out of clay that are life-size. And not only are there men soldiers, but there's certainly horses as well. There's chariots. And these were all meant to guard the emperor in the afterlife. And not only are there 6,000 warriors, but each one of their faces is different. So the expressions are on their faces are all different. If you look on the right, there's a guy shouting. Right behind him, there's a guy smiling. Some have mustaches, some don't have mustaches. So every single one of these 6,000 warriors has a different expression. So we have Emperor Qin of China, who's doing great things. These are incredible accomplishments. However, if you do not follow the rules, you're going to get buried alive or sent to the Great Wall to build it, which effectively both result in death.